Hi friends, I am so happy to see you here for another video. If you're new here, my name is Quenby. I've been reselling online on eBay for 13 years. I also sell on Poshmark. I've sold everywhere over the years. I've sold on ThredUp, I've sold on Whatnot. But right now I'm focusing on eBay and Poshmark. And in today's video, I thought I would take you along with me, sort of a day in the life of a reseller, a Goodwill outlet bins, thrift store shopper, and show you on my reselling days a little bit of what I do. A lot of you have been curious about how I process items, so I'll show you a little bit of that. I'll throw in any tips or tricks or anything that might help you in your own reselling business or thrifter life. I have a lot of people that watch this channel that don't resell. They just love thrifting and seeing the clothes, and I totally get that. So we'll probably do a lot of things together today. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button. I hope that you are subscribed, and let's start our day together. So this is perfect because earlier today I filmed a Goodwill outlet bins thrift haul right here in my living room. So what happens when the camera goes off after the haul video? Well, I have to process all this stuff. So we're gonna bring all this clothing. I'll show you this enormous pile. I'm so grateful to be able to shop at the bins. And we are going to take it into my inventory area, AKA my garage. Not glamorous at all, just getting it done. And we're going to sort it into things that need to be stain treated, washed, steamed. We'll put it on my rack. We'll get it ready for photography. So first let me show you what my living room is looking like after the big crazy haul. Okay friends, so here's the real deal. Here's me trying to keep it real with you as usual. Giant mess and enormous pile of clothing that now needs to be dealt with. The thrifting and the filming, what a fun part, but now we have to actually process all this stuff. So let's get to work. Here's where the magic happens, my friends. This is my photo area. I've set it up so that I can take a photo here and then just take a couple of steps right here so that I can take the measurements and photograph the tag and things right there. So that's been a big upgrade. But where we're going next is here to my rack. Okay, so honestly, this rack is one of my favorite things that I've ever bought for my reselling business. I bought it when I was doing live Whatnot shows so that I could just take the item, show it like this. But I don't do live shows anymore. I'm not saying I never will again, but I haven't been doing them. But I bring everything here after the haul and I hang it on the rack. This helps me so much because then I just roll the rack over to my photo area where my steamer is and I do my steaming. It just makes everything so easy. A huge change that I made last year was trying to work on my processes, my flow, the ergonomics of my space. It is so much easier if everything you're doing is within a foot or two away so that you can be faster. The faster you can take photographs and everything like that, the more you can last, the more money you can make. So I'm going to bring in some of these items, hang them on the rack, get them ready for the next step. Okay, so as I said, I film the haul, I bring the pile of stuff here into the garage, and I start hanging it up. I like to do this with my lights, my photography lights, shining on me so I can catch any flaws or anything like that. Yay for non-stick hangers. And I take the item. This one's looking good. I'm going to put it on my rack right here because that rack will be rolled over to my steamer. People have asked about steaming. People have even asked me like to do a how-to video on steaming. I don't even know how I do that because I think it's pretty simple. But if I get a chance, I'll try and put a little bit of that in here. I'll also make sure to show you all my tools, like the rack, my lights, my steamer. It's all linked in the description section below this video. People have asked, so I'm going to explain it. There's the title of my video you can see. There's my little picture that says The Grateful Queen. Underneath that, if you click more, then all the words will open up for you, and that's where all my tools are. That's the link to my eBay store, Poshmark closet, everything like that. So usually I like listen to a podcast or something like that while I'm doing this, or I might be watching one of your YouTube videos or something. But I like to listen to personal growth, spiritual podcasts. I've been on an Oprah Winfrey kick lately, watching like Super Soul Sundays and all the amazing authors that she interviews on there. I like to get inspired. Okay, while I'm here, why don't I show you a couple things that are on my rack. You may have seen these before, you may have not. I don't expect you to watch every single video. Why are these amazing designer pieces still sitting on my rack? Let me tell you. Some of you will remember this Louis Vuitton dress I found at the bins. It's absolutely gorgeous. All this lace front is the Louis Vuitton logo and lettering here. The reason this is sitting here, I know that this is authentic. I've done a lot of my own research on it. You can go and Google online, authenticate Louis Vuitton at home. It'll show you everything on the tag, how the letters supposed to look, what the buttons are, if they have a zipper, what brand zipper pull do they use. You can do really great at home. But I want to make a video for you guys about authenticating using a service. So this has been sitting here waiting, and look, I found another one months later. Some of you might have seen this in a video where it was so stained and I soaked it in OxyClean, which is a miracle. That's linked in the description too. This one, you can tell the authenticity by feeling this knit. It feels divine. It's stretchy. It's substantial. So now I have two Louis Vuitton dresses that I am going to use to make an authentication video for you guys down the road. But I'll be honest with you, they've been sitting, this one's been sitting for months. That's so bad. Hey, I'm a part-time reseller. One of the hardships of being part-time is I don't have the time to do as many videos as I want, as much editing as I want, as much thrifting as I want. I'm pulled in so many directions. Let me know if you are also a part-timer in the comments. How do you deal? Sometimes I think it's harder because if I had full-time effort, oh my God, I would love to do so many more things. But if you don't know, I'm also a psychotherapist, so I have a job like that too. Okay. So things have been hung on the rack. We're going to get to steaming and photographing. Those are the next steps. Here we are, wheeling the rack of items over to the steamer. This is my steamer. I have had this steamer for over 10 years. It's Salav, S-A-L-A-V. I've used hand steamers. I've used other things. They just don't work as good for me. I never use this. I never use this hanger that they provided. It is cumbersome. It does not work for me. I use my rack. I put the item on the end of the rack and then I steam the item right here. This is boiling hot water, so it is equivalent to putting it through the washing machine. I do them all at once. I batch. Then I'll just grab the next item, put it at the beginning of the rack, and steam again. When I've steamed everything on my rack, I put it to the side, right next to my photo station here, right next to it. Why? Because I don't want to take a lot of steps. Taking a lot of steps and makes things slower, and I want to speed up my processes. So here is my photo area. It is a ivory white wall and with a nail in it, and I do things on the hanger just like this. Here are my lights. The brand here is Limo Studio. These are called umbrella lights. I have two of them. I've had them for like 10 years. They just keep on going. They're fantastic. They're linked in the description section. I also have these lights. These are new to me. They're much smaller. You can move them around very easily. They're very lightweight, so I'm always moving them around. Like, the color on this dress is not coming through. Let me move the light closer. So these are great. These are also linked in the description section. These are called like the new lights or something in my description section. I think it's great to be able to have these ones that are so light. I prefer to photograph things on the walls like this, but I do have my mannequin for items that just need a little bit more, like you need to show the shape a little bit more. This is the change I made I don't know, 6 months ago, which is I take my photo here, I use my phone, I turn around, taking like 3 steps, and here is my table. This is just photo paper, white photo paper, okay? I bring my item right over, just steps away. And I take photos here of the name brand tag, the material tag. I do it the same way every single time. Every single time I do it the same way so that I don't forget a step. I take the name brand tag, then I take the material tag. Okay, I do it the exact same way all the time. This has gotten so fast for me. Isn't this pretty, you guys? This is that brand Cut Loose. Doesn't sell as well as it used to, but this is a size large and it's one of their more gorgeous pieces, linen pieces, so I think it'll do well. Anyway, then I take measurements. Everything's right here. Some of you have commented that you don't like my measuring tape. That's fine. If you would rather use a really pretty like wooden stick, you go right ahead. Use this one. It's just a yellow measuring tape. It shows up well and it's easy. So I take a photo with my phone of the chest and I'll do the length. If it's a plus size item, I take a lot more measurements. So just to clarify with the measuring, I get this question over and over and I understand why. I measure the item and I take photos of it. I put the actual photo of the measured item in the listing, in my photos. I used to write it down and then take a picture of the written measurements. I find this so much better. I really believe it's cut down on my returns. I get returns for fit often as a clothing seller. I've gotten a lot of feedback in my feedback section on eBay, like thank you so much for having the measurements, that they can actually see. This is a personal choice. You do it however works best for you. If you love writing them down, if you like putting them just in the description section and words, you go right ahead and do that. This is what works for me. It takes a little bit longer during the photo process because you have a few extra photos. I get that, but I really believe it's cut down on returns for fit and questions. I don't like questions. I don't like seeing, oh, you have a message from somebody, and I'm like, go into there. You know, so that's how I do it, okay? Now that this item has been steamed and photographed and measured, I just fold it up and put it in a bin of my stuff that's waiting to be listed, and then I list from there. I want to show you this cute thing that my friend Joni got me. Joni has appeared in many of my videos. She's my reselling thrifting bins bestie. This was in my little Christmas box. It's a little ceramic container that says friends on it, and then look, a picture of us at the bins. Isn't that the best? Do you guys have thrifting friends? I think having thrifting friends is the best thing ever. In the past, I've thrifted with my mom. We don't do that as much anymore, but that's been really, really fun. It's so fun to have somebody to share your finds with, to get excited like, wow, I can't believe you found that brand or something, or oh, you found the best thing for yourself. Sometimes it's a family member, sometimes it's a hubby or boyfriend or girlfriend, sometimes it's a friend, but who is your go-to thrifting friend? And I hope to meet all of you and thrift with all of you someday. Since we're doing a day in the life, let's be real and go up and check on Torvald, who was up here gaming with his friends. Let's see if we can find him in the wild. Oh, this is the top of the stairs. You guys have seen me thrift all these little antique and vintage baby dresses. Here's where they live, in a little basket at the top of the stairs. Hello, bro.
Hello.
I'm filming a day in my life reseller video for YouTube. You're looking pretty comfy up here. He's a big time gamer. He has a really good setup. We're gonna go to lunch today.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it now? When's a good time to go?
Anytime. It's like 12. But,
Oh, it's 12. I'll just show you around since I've filmed some videos up here lately when I want some quiet. This is where I see my psychotherapy clients. It's a very nice, I hope, peaceful room for all of us. All right, I gotta take Torvald out to lunch. Torvald and I could not decide between Shake Shack and Chick-fil-A, so we did a coin toss, and what won?
Chick-fil-A.
We're going to Chick-fil-A. This is what I always get here. The avocado lime ranch and the Cobb salad. So good. Alright friends, I had a nice lunch at Chick-fil-A with Torvald. I love being able to spend a little bit of time like that with him. He's a teenager now. He's really into his friends, as he should be. But it's nice just to be able to sit and have a little lunch together. So I'm going to pull some shipping now. I'll show you a few things that have sold, so let's do that. I know I just sold this Banana Republic dress. I just sold it, so it should be in my large dress bins. This one's solids, this one's prints. I know, it's like an old school system. Here it is right on the top because I just listed this. It was Banana Republic, which is a kind of a mall brand, a very oversaturated brand, but this was new at tag for $100, and it had a really cool puff sleeve to it. It sold for $39.99 plus shipping. This is sort of a boys, I list these on Poshmark. Boys 10, 12, it was like 9 items. I put them in bundles and it sold for like $20. I do that with my son's clothes, his clothes that he grows out of. I make bundles on Poshmark. This is a coolie bar dress and it sold. Here we are in mid-winter, and this is like a sun protection dress. Maybe somebody's going on vacay. Let's see what else sold. Okay, I sold this Ann Taylor like sweater poncho. I just listed this yesterday. This is where I keep my sweaters in these bins underneath my table. You gotta maximize space. I know this sold too. So this is Ann Taylor. I don't pick up a lot of Ann Taylor, but this was a one size ivory cashmere blend. It was like wool and cashmere, like a sweater poncho, and that sold for $29.99, my full asking price, so that's really great. And this is that Bowden sweater I just sold in a recent haul, the one that said like goodbye hello. So cute. So I'm glad that sold. This also sold for $29.99 plus shipping. Bowden's an expensive catalog brand. They make really cute stuff. And this sold really fast too, so thank you. Those are some good sales. Okay, this next piece, I had to sort of go through this extra large bin. This sold for $49.99 plus shipping. Here is the brand. I'm showing you the label. HARV Bella. I had never heard of this brand or anything, but this had a lot of like art to wear, avant-garde, lag and look artsy characteristics. I think I had it up for like $79.99 and it sat for a long time, so I just dropped the price to $49.99 and that sold. So I love my art to wear, artsy, lag and looky type stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna do some of that shipping now. It's Saturday, and I do go to the post office often on Saturday, but I'm not gonna do that today since I was already out. But on eBay, I can just change the date that it'll be shipped. So I can print the label and just toggle it to say it's going out Monday. I like to get ahead of my sales. I do this on Saturday and Sunday when I can, so that Monday is not like crazy having to ship out like 20 packages or something. So I just kind of do it as I go. With Poshmark, I wait because Poshmark doesn't have the option of toggling to the date you're shipping it. It's just as if you're shipping it that day. So I'll do that stuff like Sunday night or Monday morning. So we'll do a little shipping. This has been a big change for me. When Petey moved out, he had shelves all along this wall. I didn't even know there was a window here. They were covered by his shelves and boxes, but this is where I list now. I bring my laptop in, I put it right here, where I list, where I ship, and I get to look out at this view of the beautiful trees, and it's been really sweet. This is the scale I use, the Accutech. I've had this for 10 years or so. It's like 25 bucks. It's amazing. And this is the printer I've been using. I made a big switch. This is JADENS, JADENS. I have a discount code in the description. I'm not trying to sell you anything, I'm just letting you know. This little thermal printer, you don't need ink, you just buy the labels. This little thing is amazing, and it's only like $100. I have the Dymos, and I was using those, but I did a little collab with JADENS, and they sent me this, and I've been using it ever since. It's just easier. It's easier to load the labels. It prints really fast, so I super love that. My Dymos that are $250 are just sitting up there in my other space, so it's good to have a backup. You never know. So this is my little shipping and listing area. I've got my envelopes down here. I wish this was more beautiful to show you guys, but you know, it is what it is. These I get from Gyro, all my colored poly mailers, the Grateful Queen cards, which I'm supposed to put in my packages, but I have not been doing that enough. So if you bought something for me, maybe you got my little card, maybe you didn't. But I want to be better about putting those in. Alright friends, the time has come. I cannot put it off any longer. It's the time for listing. I try to list every day to the best of my ability. I'm not as disciplined as I was last year when I was really trying to see if I list 10 items 7 days a week, how does my business grow? I did it. I only missed a few days, and I doubled my sales on eBay. So in my opinion, listing consistently every day is key. I'm not that hardcore. I probably get like 5 days a week in now, and that's fine with me. The reason listing is so hard for me is because I'm not good at sitting. I love taking photos. I love pulling shipping. I love doing a haul because I'm moving around. I'm not good at sitting at the computer. That is not a strength of mine. So what I do for listing is probably different than most of you do. I'm not saying it's the good or the best way to do it. It's just what works for me. I start my listings on my phone. All my photos are on my phone. So that's where I start it. So I'll put, I'm looking at my computer here, I'll put a video on, or YouTube, like I'm listening to some stuff by Mel Robbins right now. I have tried it where I bring all my photos onto my laptop and I do it there. Like, is this faster and better? It just means I'm sitting at the computer more, which I don't like. So I sort of build rough drafts on my phone. So for example, we've been following this top a lot today. So if I show you an example, I'll use this top, this cut loose size large top. So what I would do is I'd go to eBay to my active items that are already listed, and I would search for cut loose top. I know I've got some cut loose tops, cut loose top. And I'll find one of my listings, which hopefully is a good listing. This one's a size large. Here's one that's green. This also has green in it. I guess I'll use this one, and I will hit sell similar, and I will remove the photos and add the new photos of this top. Say I was doing that, and then I will go in here and fill it out. Cut loose top. This one is a large. I'll just edit this title up. Cut loose top, women's large, and this one's like floral. So I'll get this ready. I copy and paste here because I want to put it in the body of the description section. Then I go through and I fill out the specifics, cut loose brand. See, it's already, a lot of it's already in here for me because I use sell similar on my other listing. Round neck, it's floral. So I'll go through. I'm not going to spend too much time on this in case you guys don't find it that helpful. Please let me know. And I'm not doing everything perfectly because I know I'm going to get on my computer too. It's easier for me to edit the photos on the computer, but my photos are here, so. Okay, and then I just save it. I'm not going to do promoted right now. A lot of you guys have asked me about my promoted. For promoted, in the very beginning when I first listed, I do not promote it. Then what I do is I go back on eBay and I look, okay, if something hasn't sold in like a few months, I go back in and then I promote those. Okay, so that's just a little note about that. Okay friends, it's later now in the afternoon. I have built a bunch of drafts on my phone while watching a nice video. And so now the actual listing goes really quick from here. So for example, this top that we've kind of been following today, the listing is pretty much built here, so I can just go over, edit any photos, maybe lighten them up or anything I didn't notice before. And then since I'm out in this space, I can walk right over to the table, fold it up, and put it away in inventory. Okay, so here it is, listed, baby. And now we're just going to, I'm not great at filming, you guys, let's just be real. I'm not like a good vlogger. Oh well, let me know. So I fold this up. This is what I love about everything being all in one space. So in the past, I did all my listing. In fact, when I made my last process video, I did all my listing out in my dining room table. So it was like, I'd list out there, I'd make a big pile of inventory, I'd bring it in, and then I'd have to have like folding party where I'd be like, oh my god, I have bins that need to be folded and put away in inventory. No more, now I do it all in one space. My rack, my steaming, my photographing, listing, like I just, and I buy these poly bags on Amazon, they're linked in my description section. Because I'm in my garage and they're in bins and I just want to keep everything safe, and I get a lot of feedback from buyers that they love the packaging. It's say well packaged, like new, so it's like this. And I'm already out here, so babies, we're just gonna go to the size large bin. Come with me, field trip to the size large printed bin. Tops large, light printed. So it's been listed, put away, all like that. Pretty good. Is this video? Okay, friends, it's late afternoon, around 4 o'clock. It was so nice to spend the day with you. Let me know what you think of these types of videos. I am feeling pretty grateful, like I got a good amount done today, but in kind of a relaxed Saturday vibes kind of way. I spent some time with Torvald, that sort of stuff. So now I get to decide. It's like, okay, I already steamed, photographed, listed my items, did my shipping. So it's like all the big things are checked. So now if I have a little bit more time in the early evening and I want to work, I'll maybe edit some more videos, or I have a pile of handbags that need to be washed. There's always little stuff, laundry soaking. There's always little stuff I can do. Maybe build a few listings so that tomorrow's easier. So when all the things are checked off, I try and figure out what's going to help my future Quenby self. Like if I do something now, is it going to make tomorrow or the next day easier? So I'll probably do a little bit more at some point, but I appreciate you spending the day with me. If you have any questions, I know I shared a lot of kind of personal ways I do things. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them, or if there's any other type of video like this, that's not just a bins haul, that you're interested in seeing from me, always leave suggestions. Okay, bye. Hope you had a great day too. Make sure you hit that thumbs up movie. No. Honestly, this probably looks really bad. This is gonna be crazy to edit because I'm all over the place. And if I can figure this out, I will put my phone up here on the screen. If I can't figure it out, then I won't. Okay, all right. I can just find the items or whatever.